Again tonight with breaking news concerning Fiesta de la Flor, the annual musical festival celebrating the life and legacy of Tejano superstar Selena. It was announced that the event will no longer be held here in Corpus Christi.
Kind of a shocker, that announcement coming to us tonight in a prepared statement from the Quintanilla family and the Selena Foundation. Our Bill Churchwell is here with what we know so far about this decision, and yep, it is our top story tonight. Bill?
And I spoke with the interim CEO of Visit Corpus Christi, which was a partnering organization of the festival. She says members of their executive board met with the Quintanilla family today, in which they learned of their decision not to stay. Over the last 5 years, the festival has drawn a combined 250,000 visitors and generated over $50 million in an economic impact for the city. The festival had been a partnership between the Selena Foundation, the Quintanilla family, and the Corpus Christi Convention and Visitors Bureau. But last month, the CVB announced it would take itself out of that partnership and bring in a third party to facilitate the festival if the family decided to stay in Corpus Christi. Here's what Alyssa Barrera Mason, interim CEO of the CVB, told me by phone about that decision.
We appreciate the Selena Foundation and the Quintanilla family for allowing our community to celebrate Selena in such a special way for the past 5 years. We will cherish the memories of this wonderful celebration, and we wish them all the luck in their future endeavors.
Herman & Herman, which was a sponsor of the festival, tells 3 News the firm is still very much interested in sponsoring the event. There is no word tonight on where the festival will be moving. This is a developing story. Stay with 3 News for the very latest. Joe?
Will do. Bill, thank you.